very good evening to my fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests in the room.
Good evening.
Starting off our business session for today's meeting, I have just the one announcement for today's business session, and that is we have come to the end of this term, and next week, that is the 6th of January, which is a Monday, 6th of January 2025, we shall have the installation ceremony for the upcoming executive committee, and this ceremony will happen in the first floor conference hall of this very building. So I request all our members to attend the same in huge numbers and encourage the upcoming EC. So it will be a wonderful event and all of you can enjoy it. So with that, I think we can conclude the business session. Over to our Sergeant at Arms.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests.
Good evening.
The theme for today's meeting, turning the page. It's that time of the year where everyone sits and opens their 2024 resolution book and see how much they've achieved. Disappointed that not achieving much, you turn the page and you start with 2025 resolutions. Being in an emotional state, you plan meticulously what you want to achieve for the year. While the planning is so good, the execution doesn't live up to the mark. The energy you have on Jan 1st to hit the gym isn't the same on Jan 31st, and the realization comes on Feb 14th. And then you continue with the same energy on Jan 1st, but somewhere along the year, your priorities change and you lose focus and the resolution becomes unachievable. So, just like the rabbit and tortoise race, don't be a rabbit by giving it your all at the beginning and forgetting that you have a race or an achievement to fulfill. Rather, be a tortoise and be consistent and enjoy the pace you're at. So, for 2025 that's going to come up, write down the resolution that you want to achieve and be consistent and be comfortable at the pace you're at. And we all know what happened between the rabbit and tortoise story. The tortoise won the race. And today we have a special person with us who's been consistent with the speeches he gives. He's very humorous and very creative. He's the president of our club. He is an MCOM graduate from Jain University and currently pursuing US CPA. He loves reading novels and loves to play sports. So let's welcome the president of our club, Toastmaster Shiva.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Saketh, for that introduction, spoken like a true marathon runner. So with that, let us get started with our meeting today. We have a couple of guests in our room, so let us have them introduce themselves. So I request our guests to just stand up from wherever you are and tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do and how you've come to know about Toastmasters. So we'll start with you guys.
So thank you Toastmasters for me being the guest for this. So I'm Pavani. I did my MBA and I'm working in LSCG now. And I got to know the Toastmasters 3 years, long 3 years back. Okay. My friend actually. Even my friend actually joined at that time, but I did not join. I was afraid of this. So now I put my courage and I wanted to join this team. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Thank you first of all. I'm studying in Dhanand Sagar, first year engineering. I'm doing CSD, Computer Science and Design. I got to know through my relative. My mom really wants me to speak with everyone, so I need to improve for her. So I got to know through my relatives. So
Very
thank
good.
you.
Your good name?
Sai Archu. Sai Archu.
Yes, so a hearty welcome to both our guests today. Hope you enjoy our meeting and consider joining our club maybe in the future. So with that, let us have the minutes of the 2 previous meetings read out by our secretary, Toastmaster Latha.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests.
Good evening.
Here are the revised minutes of meeting number 1296, which was held on 16th December 2024. The theme, Threads of Connection. Word of the week, Ameliorate. The business session started 6:29 p.m. and was chaired by President Toastmaster Shivaprasad Sharma. In the business session, the following points were addressed. President Toastmaster Shivaprasad Sharma, on behalf of Vice President Education Toastmaster Pavani CR, informed the club about the roles and slots which are booked and open for the meeting number 1297. Interested members were requested to contact her for the same. President Toastmaster Shivaprasad Sharma informed the club on the status of the DCP coins and President Distinguished Award. The regular meeting started at 6:32 p.m. Acting Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Sai Snehal started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and later handed over the charge to President Toastmaster Shivaprasad Sharma. President Toastmaster Shivaprasad Sharma opened the meeting, spoke on the theme and introduced the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Jyothi. Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Jyothi spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer, Toastmaster Saketh Gupta, our counter Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, Grammarian Distinguished Toastmaster K Prabhakara, Parliamentary Procedures Evaluator Distinguished Toastmaster Bhat. The prepared speech session had one speaker, Toastmaster Subramaniam, attempting her level 1 project 4, Evaluator Toastmaster Latha. After the prepared speech session, the elections were conducted. Report for the elections for the term January to June 2025. Date 16 December 2024. Venue 6th floor, Mekon Limited. Number of members present was 17. Elections for the club officers for the term January 2025 to June 2025 were held on 16th.
Revised you don't have to read. Only one suggestion I have, whatever you have published in the email, it is in the PDF form. It should appear as a main sheet itself.
Okay.
Main sheet itself. So because it's a dates, email comes with the date stamp. So PDF is not authentic, but it has to come as a main sheet itself. The whole thing, text has to be copied into the main sheet and put it once again. That's all. This you not have to read. And earlier we had the main sheet itself as MOA. Don't put it as PDF. Let us continue the earlier practice.
Okay.
Only these 2 times it has changed. Put it as a main sheet, not as PDF. PDF is an attachment, additional. But the main sheet should contain everything that goes on within the meeting. Okay. That because it is date stamped.
So I'll read the last meeting.
No. So last meeting only you read. Other one has been accepted already.
Here are the minutes of meeting number 1297, which was held on 23rd December 2024. Theme, Dance Your Woes Away. Word of the week, Proximate. The business session started at 6:22 p.m. and was chaired by Acting President Toastmaster Pavani CR. In the business session, the following point was addressed. Vice President Education Toastmaster Pavani CR informed the club about the roles and slots which are booked and open for meeting number 1298. Interested members were requested to contact her for the same. The regular meeting started at 6:23 p.m. Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Shreya started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and later handed over the charge to Acting President Toastmaster Pavani. Acting President Toastmaster Pavani opened the meeting, spoke on the theme and introduced the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer, Toastmaster Sachin S. Our counter, Toastmaster Rachana, Grammarian Distinguished Toastmaster Bhat, PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Gajendra. The prepared speech session had the following speakers. Totally there were 3 speakers. Speaker number 1, Toastmaster Prashant, attempting his level 1 project 4, Evaluator Toastmaster Jyothi. Speaker number 2, Toastmaster Saketh Gupta, attempting a level 1 project 4, Evaluator Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. Speaker number 3, Toastmaster Apoorva, attempting a level 3 elective project, Evaluator Distinguished Toastmaster Subramaniam. The table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Madhusudan, which had 9 speakers in total. The general evaluation was conducted by Toastmaster Latha. And the winners of the week were Best Prepared Speaker, Toastmaster Sakshi, Best Evaluator, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, Best Table Topic Speakers, we had 3 winners, Toastmaster Jyothi, Toastmaster Sindhushri, Toastmaster Sai Snehal, Best Role Taker, TAPG is Distinguished Toastmaster Bhat, Best Role Taker, MTG was Toastmaster Madhusudan. The President closed the meeting at 8:31 p.m. which was followed by the National Anthem. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latha, for reading reading out the minutes of the previous meeting. Are there any changes proposed to the minutes of the previous meeting? If not, I shall consider them as accepted in open meeting number 1298. I dug up this cute little number from deep inside my dad's old cupboard. So this is the user manual that came along with the PlayStation 2, an outdated gaming console long back. And one thing about this is my sister and I have spent countless hours having fun on the PlayStation 2, but we didn't even know that this book existed. Now, just like this user manual right here, all of you here would have bought some kind of electronic item, or a camera, or a phone, or a car, or a scooter, and with that you would have received one big fat book like this, user manual. None of us would have opened it to see what is there inside. Oh, nice book. You would have just flipped it once and thrown it aside. And just like this user manual, which most of us just cast aside, was some person's life long back. Now, his story is used by many motivational speakers and authors to tell you about self-belief, to not give up, etc. And you might have heard this story as well earlier. So this is about the Hungarian shooter, Károly Takács. So this man was brilliantly talented, and at the age of 28, he was the best shooter in Hungary in the late 1930s, and he used to shoot with his right hand, 25-meter air pistol. He was very good at it, and everybody knew in the upcoming Olympics he would be the one representing Hungary, and he would do a brilliant job, bring them a medal. Very soon, Károly Takács, who even used to work in the Hungarian military, while a training session was happening, a grenade exploded in his right hand. And boom, his right hand was gone. Imagine a 28-year-old man's dreams were shattered. And he was in the hospital. He spent time recuperating for 1 month. And just after 1 month, this man, without telling almost anyone, got out of the hospital and all by himself in secrecy started practicing shooting, this time with his non-dominant hand, his left hand. He spent time, a whole 1 year doing this, and then he came back to the Hungarian national championships. And all his fellow shooters who were there, they were very happy to see him. They wanted to commend his spirit. You know, you're such a wonderful shooter. You've come back. You've not given up. But little did they know that he had come there to compete with them. And he competed and he won that championship. And what happened later is that Károly Takács went on to win not 1 but 2 Olympic golds for Hungary in successive Olympics post the Second World War. My fellow Toastmasters, as I said before, this story is used by motivational speakers and authors to tell you to not give up, to have a strong attitude, and to basically not give up in life. But what I want you to focus on is that 1 year that Károly Takács spent by himself in secrecy training. Now this man, although most people would have discarded him aside like a user manual and just flipped through the pages, he was there making every turn of the page count. He was there practicing week after week, and he was the only one who took himself seriously and believed that he could achieve something. Many a times we are too guilty of flipping through the pages of our lives. If you could consider a page as a day, you might just be flipping through like a user manual, not taking it seriously. And many a times we end up leaving the page blank as we turn them. So fellow Toastmasters, as we close this book called 2024 and open a fresh new book next year called 2025, you have a great set of pages there, a lot of days where you can make a difference. The question is, can you sit there and read the content that each page holds for you, ingest it and make it count? Or in case the page is blank, can you write your own content and then turn the page and make sure that the turn of every page counts? So with that, I shall introduce the person who has made my life easy for the past 6 months, turning each page meeting after meeting. And one thing about her, just like Károly Takács, she too suffered an injury, a fractured foot, and despite that, she could have left a few pages blank and saying, I will not be able to do this. She didn't do that. She stepped up and did her job as VP Education. She's currently pursuing her MBA from Christ University, and she's a BCom graduate from Transcend Group of Institutions. She enjoys practicing mandala art, and dance is her escape. So please give it up for our Master of Ceremonies for today, Toastmaster Pavani here.
Thank you, President, for that pleasant introduction. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests.
Good evening.
Turning the page, a phrase that feels like life is yelling at me, keep going, keep going. But what's the hurry? What's the rush? Maybe take some time, underline some stuff in the page, do doodling in the margins, or maybe give a dramatic pause in that page as well. Life's pages, if you take, is much like those of book. Very unpredictable, right? Some are thrilling, like when you get a dream job or when you find a 500 rupees note in your jeans. Or some might be boring, like just rereading your own to-do lists. There might be some pages where you would want to completely rewrite those chapters where you decide to play basketball and break your leg. The truth is, sometimes turning the page can get very awkward. You don't know what's there in the next, right? Or sometimes it's just a long description of how beautiful a sunset is. Come on, I know. In 3 words I understood. Sunset, orange, sky, pretty. I get it. But what's next? That's how life is also. It sometimes you when you turn the page, you might be expecting something very exciting, but that is not what life wants for you. It might just be a boring lecture about having vegetables, benefits of having vegetables. Or maybe other times it might be a plot twist where your friend gives you a breaking news of moving across the country. That's the beauty of it. Life does not come with a table of contents or a little summary at the back cover. It's just messier, and that's how it has to be. If it is a perfect page or a perfect book, I might be bored and throw it away in the half while reading it half. So you don't know which page you're flipping through, maybe a romantic, a comedy, a tragedy, or a dreadful journey, but make sure the story is interesting. Even if you turn the page or don't, scribble on it, rip it apart, fold it into a rocket, and see how far it flies. Life is not about sticking to a perfect plan or a perfect script, but it's about making the story very interesting. Just like we never really know what's waiting on the next page, Ralph C. Smedley founded Toastmasters 100 years ago. He opened a space where each page could be written by yourself, and where every meeting was a new opportunity to learn, struggle, and grow, whether you are ready for the next chapter or not. From the first meeting in Santa Ana, California, to a global community of 280,000 plus members across 148 countries with 14,200 plus clubs, Toastmasters continues to help us turn the page no matter how predictable life can get. Our club, Mekon Communication Club, established in the year 1998, continues to inspire us to turn new pages in our communication and leadership journeys. For the benefit of the guest, I would like to explain how a Toastmasters meeting goes. So, a typical Toastmasters meeting consists of 3 sessions. First is the prepared speech session, where a speaker choose a pathway and prepare for a speech on their desired topic. Second is the table topic session, where it is where the members get topics at random and think on their feet to speak about the topic for a minute or two. Lastly, the general evaluation session, where the session is dedicated to providing constructive feedback about the proceedings of the meeting. So now let us hear it from our TAPG team. I would request all the TAPG members to give a brief about your role and explain wherever you're seated. So firstly, our timer, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Welcome guests. As a timer, I note each speaker's time taken during his or her speech and entire proceedings, the timing taken by each person who comes behind the lectern. As far as today's prepared speech is concerned, there are two speakers. First speaker is 5 minutes to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will show green. At 6 minutes, I will show yellow. At 7, red. As far as the second speech is concerned, 10 to 12, 10 green, 11 yellow, 12 is red. As far as the table topic is concerned, the time given is 2 minutes. At 1 minute green, 1.5 yellow, and 2 red. As far as the general evaluation is concerned, 3 minutes. At 2 green, 2.5 yellow, 3 red. I will give the entire report during general evaluation when called upon. Thank you and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. Next, can we have our counter, Toastmaster Madhusudan?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. I'm the counter today, and it is my role to make a note of all the sneaky ums, repeated words, pauses, and crutch words. For the benefit of the guests, this is not to find faults in whatever the members are saying, but an attempt to help them realize where they can improve. I'll give my report at the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhusudan. Next, we have our PP evaluator for today, Toastmaster Gajendra.
Good evening to the Toastmasters and guests. Just a few rules to follow so that the meeting can go smoothly. Please enter and exit the room only during an applause. Please don't use your phones and keep it, use your phones but don't let it disturb the meeting. Keep it in silent mode so that there are no any ringtone and notifications. And do not use the following sex, religion and politics in your speeches. And I'll give my report at the end of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gajendra. Next, we have our Grammarian for today, Toastmaster Jyothi.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I loving eating my mother's hands food. It doesn't make any sense if the grammar is not in place. So if it is in place, then I love to eat my mother's handmade food, which makes sense. So I will be making a note of good usages of phrases and not so good usages of grammar in your speech, and give the report at the evaluation time. And the word of the week is accentuate, make more noticeable or prominent. We can use it as she accentuated her story with a powerful closing line. I urge all the speakers to use the word of the day, and I shall make a note and give the report at the evaluation time. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi. So without any further ado, let's begin the first session for today, that is the prepared speech session. Before I call upon the first speaker, I would like to call the individual evaluator, Toastmaster Apoorva, to read out the project guidance.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The purpose statement. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The purpose of this project is for the member to share some aspect of her previous experience as a protege. Notes for the evaluator. The member completing this project is developing an understanding of Toastmasters mentoring. About the speech is about a time when the member was a protege. It may be from any time in his or her life. The member may discuss any aspect of the protege experience. The speech should not be a report on the content of the introduction of Toastmasters mentoring project. The speech length is supposed to be 5 to 7 minutes. And now I would like to wish the speaker, Toastmaster Chetan, all the very best. And thank you, and over to you guys.
The first speaker for today is a full stack developer working in the company Quizzes as a part of the growth team. He spends his time reading books and classics and non-fiction. He enjoys strategy games like Hearts and Pokemon. You can always reach out to him if you want to go for a run or a swim. So he's attempting level 2 project 3 from the presentation mastery pathway with a speech titled "It's Supposed to Be Like That." It's supposed to be like that. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Chetan with a huge round of applause.
The origins of the word mentor come from Greek literature. When King Odysseus wanted to fight the Trojan War, he left his son under the care of his friend Mentor. Mentor guided the son and taught him how to take responsibility in life. Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guests. Today, I'd like to tell you about my experience of being mentored. Much like King Odysseus, my parents trusted my grandfather to mentor me. So one day, as an 8-year-old child, I walked to him and asked him, "Anna, what is color?" To which he said, "Let me show you." Then he asked me, "What do you think would happen if I added a little bit of blue and a little bit of yellow?" I told him it should turn green. And so it did. And then he asked me, "What would happen if I added red?" And I said, "I don't know." He said it should turn black. And so it did. And then he told me, colors are these magical things that we all see, that our mind perceives, and that's how it gives character to our lives. Because these nice little demos that I saw as a child, that inspired me to fall in love with the world of science. Today, I'm able to read books from the field of origami to thermodynamics, all confidently, all because of the foundations that my grandfather had laid back then. Speaking of the present day, my mentor at Toastmasters is distinguished Toastmaster Nagaraj. He's taken up all kinds of positions from accounter to international director of Toastmasters. And he holds a special place in my family. He's my father-in-law. When I was attempting the speech on voice modulation, I prepared for 2 weeks. I wrote up a script about Duryodhana's demise, and once I was happy with it, I went to his home and showed him the script. He read through the whole thing, and then he said, "Well done, now deliver the speech." And so I began. On the dusk of the 17th day of the Kurukshetra war. And I went on. He patiently listened to the whole thing, and then he said, "The script is great, but you're stressing on the wrong words. Can you try the opening sentence again?" And so I went on. On the dusk of the 17th day of the Kurukshetra war. Is dusk the most important part of this sentence? Can you try again, but don't stress on the dusk. On the dusk of the 17th day. It was, I really tried, but it just kept getting worse. And then my father-in-law stepped in. He said, "Look, it's supposed to be difficult. Chetan, you are not going to get this on the first try. It's going to take time." It took me years before I could get it right. And you have no training in music. It's going to be doubly hard for you. So now, keep practicing until you get it right. And so I did. I kept practicing until I could say on the dusk of the 17th day without jumping on the word dusk. It is with the wealth of experience, knowledge, and wisdom that a good mentor is able to give advice to a prodigy, much like myself. And it is this personal advice that really helped me grow and improve. And in my discussions with him, I've understood the importance of each and every project in the Toastmasters manual. And now I try to do my justice to each and every one of those projects. I'd like to close with a simple quote that I have been trying to internalize. If you're trying to go along a path and you can't see it, ask someone who's been there before. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetan, for that wonderful speech. Next, I would like to call our evaluator for second speaker, DTM Udanka, to read out the project guidelines.
Thank you. Thank you for your Toastmasters. The purpose of this project is for the member to reflect on their growth during the completion of an entire path. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of their growth during the completion of a path. Notes to evaluator, that's me. This member is completing the last speech of this current path. The member may speak on any aspect of their journey completed. The speech may be persuasive, humorous, informational, or crafted in any style that appeals to the member and supports the speech content. Time out, please note the timing is 10 to 12 minutes. Wishing the speaker all the very best. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Udanka. Our second speaker for today has over 20 years of industry experience. She is a skilled development trainer specializing in communication and leadership across various industries and domains. Additionally, she has more than 10 years of experience in event management. Her hobbies include traveling, reading, listening to music, dancing, and cooking. She is giving her path completion speech today of the Pathway Presentation Mastery with the speech titled My Learning Journey. My Learning Journey. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Latha with a thunderous round of applause.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Now, I'm very excited today. You know why? I'm graduating today. From where? Presentation Mastery. I have finished my first pathway in the Toastmasters journey. Now, what I'm going to do in this speech, I'm going to talk about my journey, what were my learnings. But I'm not going to give you in detail what I'm going to talk. I'm going to give you glimpses, a gist of how my journey in Presentation Mastery has been. I choose Presentation Mastery as my first pathway in the Toastmasters journey because this was something what I could relate to. So, after joining Toastmasters in the June 2023, after 3 months, that is in September, I started with my icebreaker. Now, icebreaker is the first speech you give with any of the pathways what you select. Now, in this icebreaker, you usually talk about your family, we talk about your interest, and you talk about your profession. So, I spoke about all the three and it went well. Then, it was just the start of my first level. Then we go to level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. But wait, I'm not going to talk about what I did in all the levels. I'm just going to talk about those memorable moments which shaped me as a person who's standing in front of you. Level 1 and level 2 I'm going to talk first. Then let me go to level 3, level 4 and level 5. Now level 1 and level 2, it helps you in what? You come behind the lectern because a lot of people join Toastmasters because they have this fear of public speaking. They tell the number one fear is not death, according to statistics. It's the fear of public speaking. Death comes on number 2. So, here and many people come join Toastmasters because they want to get rid of that fear, become excellent public speakers, excellent orators. So the level 1 starts from there. Now how does level 1 help us? Level 1 and level 2 helps you to understand how do you manage the stage. When we talk about the stage, this is what the stage is all about, what may like we're coming behind the lectern over here. So how do you use this stage? How do you start with your introduction, main body and conclusion. This is what all your speeches and presentations should be. Your introduction, second should be a main body, third should be a conclusion. So how do you draft that? Second, how do you connect to your audience? How do you maintain an eye contact? They tell that if you want your presentation, your communication to be successful, 93% of it depends on your non-verbal communication. When we talk about non-verbal communication, it depends on your hand gestures, your body movements, your eye contact with your audience, tone, pitch, everything, which cannot be seen and felt is your non-verbal communication. And the other 7% is your verbal communication, that is your reading and writing. That's what it. So if 93% of my communication success starts from level 1 and level 2. So that is what helped me over here. So level 1 and level 2 help me understand how to articulate well, how to connect with my audience. How do I know whether my audience is able to understand what I'm trying to tell them? So this will all help me in level 1 and level 2. Then when I went to level 3, level 4 and level 5, these are nothing but more the harder versions, the difficult versions of level 1 and level 2. Whatever I have learned in level 1 and level 2 is what I'm going to test in level 3, level 4 and level 5. So the journey started. There were few of my very memorable speeches what I gave where the titles were Jealousy, the reason behind my success. When I gave this title, I was like, when the VPE came, like, Latha, what title you're giving? I told Jealousy is the motivation behind my success. And then I told them, okay, what did I mean by that? Then I spoke about one item wherein I got famous in other of the Toastmasters meeting, Masala Dosa, my eternal love story. That was my another speech which everyone really liked. Then I spoke about I, me, myself, which connected with the audience very well. So how did I do all that? When I could understand how my level 1s, level 2s were there. That helped me out with level 3, 4 and 5. And level 3, 4, 5 was really difficult also because my electives what I chose were quite difficult. Wherein one of my electives was where I do an interview, where I'm giving an interview to one of the other Toastmasters and they just throw questions at me which we never discussed. So how do I respond, not react, how do I respond during that time? Another was panel discussion. How do I become a moderator and I have 3 people over here, we should moderator panel discussion. So these were the things what I learned over here. Now, by profession, I'm a skills development trainer. So when I tell them I'm a skills development trainer, these should all be good with me. I train people on what I'm talking about. Training is very easy for me with a 2-decade experience. But when, as a person, I have to come behind the lectern and do the same thing, it becomes really difficult for me. Training was easy, but doing it practically became really difficult. That is when my Toastmasters journey helped me out over here. Now, Toastmasters journey did not help me just inside Toastmasters, it helped me outside Toastmasters also. But first, I would like to talk about how it helped me inside Toastmasters. When I started with the Toastmasters journey, I was attending my levels, I was improving my communication skills, improving my leadership skills. That paved my way for all the TAPG roles and MTG roles. Now, TAPG roles, I have timer, we have the R counter, we have the Grammarian and the PPE. Till date, in 1.5 years, I have a record of not having a timer role ever. I've done an R counter, I've done a Grammarian, I've done a PPE, but timer I have not picked up yet. But I've done a lot of roles as the Master of Ceremonies, GE, and the Table Topic Master. I've picked in a lot of time. So these first few baby steps what I took really helped me in the TAPG roles and the MTG roles that I picked up. I even got to the linkers meeting where I gave my few speeches, and it's very easy to talk in front of familiar faces. I come every Monday, see all you guys. But when you go to a different club and see very different faces, and that's when if you're able to speak, that's when you think, okay, finally I have come out of my baby steps, I'm taking the real steps now. So when we went to the linkers meeting with the 2 clubs, I gave the speeches. It was nice, it was something I could feel like, yes, I'm doing good in Toastmasters. The reason why I came here, at least I'm feeling some of the steps what I wanted to take about. Then I was part of the EC committee, that is the executive committee of this club for 2 terms. I started as Sergeant at Arms and I'm currently the secretary of the club. So this also helped in my leadership roles because what I learned, the communication skills, leadership skills that helped me to get into EC committee. Now, this is my Toastmasters, inside my Toastmasters. Now, I'll talk about outside Toastmasters. As I told you all before, I'm a skills development trainer. Now, how did Toastmasters being in this meeting every Monday help me? Now, a lot of you people come, every individual is different over here. No 2 people can be same anytime. So, when people come behind the lectern, all the Toastmasters come behind the lectern, I observe people. How do they talk? How is their body language? What is the choice of words? How do they respond to certain situations? How are they, what they are at behind the lectern? So this has helped me understanding my training audience well and how do I respond to them when the questions arises. I was a little different as a skill development trainer before I joined Toastmasters and I'm really different now after 1.5 years into Mekong Communication Club. So really thank Mekong Communication Club and Toastmasters for shaping me as an individual, as a skills development trainer. The people who want to join Toastmasters, I would say that if you want to improve your communication skills and if you want to hone your leadership skills, this is the platform, what you can think as. But if you think in a day, two meetings I come, I can do it, no. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of baby steps for you. Because you cannot start running the moment you learn how to walk. You need to first take your baby steps, then you start walking, and that's when you start running after that. So this is what there. Then I would like to talk about my mentors. I had two mentors in this journey till now. My first mentor was Toastmaster Badri and my current Toastmaster, Distinguished Toastmaster M.U. Bhat. Both my mentors helped me in shaping as an individual, as a Toastmaster, what I am. And ironically, both my mentors are humorous trained. Both my mentors. And I'm trying to, I used to observe Gaurav and now observing Toastmaster M.U. Bhat. Then how can I get humor in my speeches, get humor in my body language, so that I can get that smile on my audience. Trying really hard with that, and I hope one day I can come into the shoes of my mentor, Distinguished Toastmaster M.U. Bhat. Then, I would like to thank my 3 VPs. In the 1.5 year journey what I had 3 VPs. My first VP was Toastmaster Ujjwal, second VP was Toastmaster Shiva, third VP was Toastmaster Pavani. All my 3 VPs were the reason why I am here today, which helped me in completing my whole presentation mastery and in 1.5 years. There were times when I thought I cannot do it because maybe of my work commitments I was not able to prepare my speeches. They told only one thing: you can do it. Give it a try. If something happens, take the learnings, take the evaluation, do it better next time, but give it a try. And this is the reason why I am here, and I'm finishing my path completion speech. So I would like to thank my mentors, both my mentors, and all the 3 VPs till date who have helped me shape over here. And my club, that is Mekon Communication Club. The person who entered here on June 2023 and the person who is standing in front of you on 30th December 2024 is very different. I thought that, okay, as a skills development trainer I will have a cakewalk. But after coming to 2 meetings, I realized it's not a cakewalk. It's going to be a little mud walk, and later on it can become a cement walk also for me. Reason? Because I thought, okay, I'm training people. What's the difficulty behind coming the lectern and talking? But I forgot that I used to come and talk behind the lectern 20 years back. I help people to come behind the lectern and talk, but now I have to come behind it and talk. So that is what Mekon helped me in honing my communication skills, my leadership skills, getting me groomed indirectly, directly, professionally and personally. And I thank my club, Mekon Communication Club, for getting me here and helping me to finish my path completion speech. And I'm really proud with that within that lot of learnings, I have been finally able to come here and finish it. And I hope in near future, I see a lot of my Mekonians coming here and finishing the path completion speech, and maybe in coming few years, I finish my next pathway and I come behind this and finish my path. I thank you all, and a lot of blessings needed so that my next pathway starts quick, because I've heard a lot of people telling that once you finish your one path completion speech, your next pathway starts after a very long time. But I don't want to do that. I want to start off my next pathway also soon and see to that I progress really well as an individual, personally and professionally. Thank you all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latha, and all the best on your new journey and new pathway. So as we shift gears, let's begin the second session for today, that is interesting table topic session. So our table topic master for today is pursuing her her master's degree in computer science at Dayanand Sagar institutions. She is an avid reader and enjoys traveling. She is a very artsy person. Singing, painting, dancing, writing, you name it, she loves it. And she's on a verge to master the art of public speaking as well, and she's doing a fantastic job. Please help me welcome our table topic master for today, Toastmaster Shreya, with a pleasant round of applause. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
As we come to the end of 2024, we're also coming to the end of the 100th year of Toastmasters International. And so I thought it would be fun for this table topic session to be centered around all the milestones that Toastmasters International has achieved in these 100 years. So how it's going to work is, I'll read out a milestone and then I'll read out a topic that's related to it, and you'll have to speak about that topic. So for the benefit of the guests, how this works is, I'll read out a topic and then I'll call out any member randomly and they'll have to come here and speak about that topic for 1 to 2 minutes. So, shall we get started?
Yes.
Cool. So, the first milestone, the founding of Toastmasters in 1924. The topic is, if you were starting a new organization today, what skill or value would you focus on and why? If you were starting a new organization today, what skill or value would you focus on and why? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Vijay Upendra.
Thank you, table topic master. Good evening, Toastmasters, welcome guests. If I start an organization, what is that I am going to look for? First is value systems. Second, only the business part of it. 99% of the entrepreneurs, they copycat. They follow the system which is already existing. They may succeed or they may fail. They take a gamble. That is the reason we see many of the startups, they don't succeed as they initially believed to be. So the value system that prevails within the organization, that plays a vital role in the long run. Maybe first 3 years, I will not look at the profit at all. It's only the establishing so that the outside world knows that what we say, we stand by that and we deliver the same thing. This is very important from customer point of view. Many people promise moon, ultimately what they deliver, that matters a lot. When I start a company, my company should grow and company should be known in the market rather than the directors or the owners as such. Today, Infosys is famous worldwide. Why? Because of the value systems that is being there in respective places as such. That way, I always want to give more importance to value systems. That really speaks tons in due course of time. Tatas, they stand for values. Even today they are respected. Yes or no? That's my take on the topic. Thank you and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. Our next milestone, Toastmasters magazine launches in 1933. The topic is, if you could document your year in one way, photos or journaling or anything, which one would you choose and why? If you could document your year in one way, through photos or journaling or anything, which one would you choose and why? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Rachana.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreya. I think I would pick journaling. I'm definitely more of a words person than an images person. I think the speeches I've written so far, which aren't too many as I would have liked, are a really good, like when I look back over the course of the year, I think they stand out to me in terms of what I've accomplished. And I've just completed 3 speeches so far, but the amount of effort that goes into one single speech is quite a bit. Toastmaster Shreya, her previous topic about starting up an organization, if I were to start up another organization, I was thinking about starting an organization that focuses on improving writing, because I think writing really helps clarify your thought process, and that is an insanely hard problem. It's quite a challenge, and it's something I never realized until I started writing all of my speeches for Toastmasters. So, yeah, to conclude, I think I would just look back at my speeches and hope to write more speeches in the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rachana. Our next milestone. The first foreign Toastmasters Club is established in 1935 in British Columbia. The topic is, if you were to learn a new language or a new way of communicating, what would it be and why? If you were to learn a new language or a new way of communicating, what would it be and why? And this topic goes to DTM Udanka.
If I have to choose a new way of communication, what would be? It would definitely be the sign language. I use this while I'm going on rides, and I think one of my fellow rider who is sitting here can understand my saying, because during the rides we will be in almost nearly 100 plus kilometers per hour, and we cannot turn back and say to previous riders, or we cannot scream to the ahead riders and say, police is there, slow down, we have to go left, right. We cannot say that, right? So we have a universal sign of those saying, this means left, this is right, police ahead. So we have different signs where we can do that. Why I'm stitching on police? Because I got my helmet, and Sai used to do that, help me out that. And even in the traffic where we go, I see people just randomly take left, right. We have something called as indicators there. We have, if you're taking a U-turn, there is a symbol where you can take U-turns. There are some sign languages which actually have a great meaning, but people don't use it in day-to-day life. And these signs can really be useful in days. Saying, just an example of Bangalore traffic, you'll have to go left or right. Use the indicators, it will make others' life easier. And people come out of randomly from nowhere and turn to cross you. But there are few ways you can do that by indicating us. It's okay, you're in a hurry, you don't want to, or you want to just go fast there. You can show those indications and then proceed, which will reduce accidents by 50% and more. And it will also be easy for people to communicate while we are riding fast. So that's one of the languages I really appreciate, because I personally, in the recent rides, we were about 100-120 kilometers, and Sai was overtaking one of the lorries, and I was right behind him. The lorry was a little slow, and I was right behind him trying to overtake him. The moment he tried to go, he told me to stop and then come back because there was another vehicle approaching. If he would have not given me that sign, I don't know what would have happened that day. So that small gesture or that small life sign really help us save a different life in any aspect. So sign language is one thing I would make it more evident than next after the communication. So yes, back to your topics, Master.
Thank you, DTM Udanka. Our next milestone. The introduction of the Distinguished Toastmaster Award in 1970. And the topic is, what does it mean to you to achieve mastery in any field of your life? What does it mean to you to achieve mastery in any field of your life? And this topic goes to DTM K Prabhakara.
Madam Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I have to go back to values of Toastmasters. Again, one of the values is excellence. Excellence is something broadly, just it's a kind of stamp that is given, but what does it actually mean? It's just explained by one author, Perles Buck. She says, excellence is that skill that you have. You keep on improving and offer it to the world. You understand the word, keep on improving whatever you have got to offer to this world. So, as a young kid, I wanted to play cricket and did play cricket at a certain point of time and got selected to UBC. At that time, it was a team playing at third division, which is a fairly good level of cricket in Bangalore at that time. And I thought I was a batsman. I did well, but not good enough. Finally, they selected me. But later on, when I got selected as an MTT, management training to SAIL in Bokaro Steel Plant, the team had already been selected. And then I offered myself to just be there as a practice bowler, and they saw some potential in me. I became their main off spinner, and we were competing in high level league in Bihar. Later on, I moved on to Meccan Calcutta, there again in first division obviously, and there was a lot of satisfaction in achieving certain level of perfection. When I took up even 1998 Excel that was being trained, I really worked hard towards it, bought a book. Hardly 3 days of training, but I bought a book, reached the point where application was very important for something that we were doing in this organization, and I did that and reached that point of satisfaction. The point is excellence. Whatever I have got to do, I will do it with wholeheartedness, whether it's DTM or being in Toastmasters, this club for 26 years. And I give everything for that. Over to table topic master.
Our next milestone. Toastmasters in 1973 finally allowed women to start becoming members of Toastmasters International. The topic goes, what is a barrier that you've broken through in your life and how did it feel? What is a barrier that you've broken through in your life and how did it feel? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa.
Everyone, namaskara. What is the barrier that I have broken in my career? Lot of barriers were there. When the barrier comes, you have to take a step forward and move. That's all you have to make up your mind and move forward. There is one Rachana is there. Edaradiru manave, mettadiru manave. You understood the meaning of it. Edaradiru manave, mettadiru manave, hidida chalava, bedidiru manave. Hidida chalava, bedidiru manave. ಜರಿದರೆಂದು ಜಂಕಿಸಿದರೆಂದು ಶಸ್ತ್ರ ಸಮಾಧಿ ನೀರು ನೇಣು ವಿಷ ಔಷಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಘಟವ ಬಿಡಬೇಡ. How many ways of dying? You can take poison, you can fall into the water. There's so many, they don't worry about all those things. Be honest and sincere. My sincere advice to you is keep your mind clean. Don't have any poison in your mind. If you have that one, and if you take up any job, I think you will succeed in it. Be honest, be sincere, and be with God. And finally, I always think in my journey, I don't know how I rose to this position. Really, I am proud of myself. Somebody asks, how do you do this? It is of God's grace. It is of God's grace. I worked. ಕಾಯಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರತರಾದರೆ ಗುರುದರ್ಶನವಾದರೂ ಮರೆಯಬೇಕು, ಲಿಂಗ ಪೂಜೆಯಾದರೂ ಮರೆಯಬೇಕು. ಕಾಯಕ, do it sincerely, honestly, and leave the rest to the God. My dear Toastmasters, work honestly, work sincerely. Have an aim in your life. Take care of your health. So these are the barriers you overcome, and really I assure you, success is yours. Keep your health fit. That is most important. And keep your mind free from worries. And if problems comes here, tell me who doesn't have a problem. If you think it is a problem, it is a problem. Find the solution and move forward. May God bless you for the next coming year. I wish all the best for the next time.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. Our next milestone, the first accredited speaker program was introduced in 1981. The topic goes, what is the most powerful speech or advice that you've ever heard and why did it resonate with you? What is the most powerful speech or piece of advice that you've heard and why did it resonate with you? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Apoorva.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. What was the most powerful speech or advice which I have heard? Frankly, from the time I've joined Toastmasters, week on week, there are so many speeches and table topic response given by all our fellow members that when you actually listen to them carefully, there's so much of learning and so much of something that so much of message in it that you can take it back home. There are many instances, many speeches about especially the theme every week on week. Many of the like there were times where the theme was all left a message, gave a message to us, like this beat the stepping stone, or there was one of the table topic response which was given where I think our Toastmaster Vijay Upendra once said that what was more worse than taking a bad decision? What was more worse than taking a bad decision? And he said that taking no decision is the worst thing than taking a bad decision. That kind of resonated with me because I'm an overthinker. I am someone who's always thinking of the pros, cons, and if I take this, what will happen? And if I take that decision, what will happen? And I spend so much time thinking that I end up losing time and I'm so late that I can't even take a decision due to which. So somewhere at times it kind of makes you look back and maybe correct yourself in a way that I was like, okay, I should stop overthinking and just take a call, just do it. Be it wrong, it's fine. Be it good, yeah, it's better. But yeah, just that was one of the takeaways. Thank you,
Thank you, Toastmaster Apoorva. Next, it's not really a milestone, it's more of a pillar of Toastmasters International. That is the core values: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And the topic is, which of these core values or any of your personal core beliefs do you feel defined your year and how? Which of these core values or any of your core personal beliefs do you feel defined your year and how? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Jyothi.
Thank you, David Topic Master. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. One core value or one thing which I learned in my teens was, you have to change for the world and the world will not change for you. This was a time when I had been admitted to the hostel, and I was surely not prepared to live away with my parents, and I thought the world is bad, people are bad, my parents have abandoned me, so many things, everything was for the outside people. And then when I read this phrase, it made a difference because no one is going to change for me. The situation at the hostel, or the situation that I was put in the hostel, or the situation that me not able to live with my parents, was not the world that is going to make it better. It had to be me who had to make it better. So if I change my outlook, if I change the way I see people, if I make change to see the situation, then obviously it will make my life better and the world will be with me. So the phrase which even till date, whenever situation arises or I meet people with whom I do not resonate or I find it difficult, the only one thing that comes to my mind is, you have to change for the world and the world will not change for me. Going forward, like I was so much, I should use the word adamant, not to be on the media or learn computers 15 years back. It was like below my dignity, below my pride to learn computers. And that's how stubborn I was. But then what happened? Life became difficult for me, and there was no way out that I could lead up, even try to take up job without learning basics of computers was not possible. So the underlying thing, change for the world. We have to change for the world will not change for us. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi. Back to milestones. One major milestone was Toastmasters introduced something new in 2017, which was the Pathways program. The topic goes, what's a new skill that you started exploring this year and what did you learn from it? What's a new skill that you started exploring this year and what did you learn from it? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Madhusudan.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. What's a new skill that I picked up this year? This year has kind of been a revelation for me because I wasn't working this year. I had taken a break of sorts for some personal reasons, for some health reasons and everything. So I was trying out a lot of different things. And one of the first things that I did pick up was trying to go to a gym. In my life, I have never lifted weights. I have never gone to a gym. I didn't know what I should go do there. And the first time I was there, I would approach random people saying, okay, how does this machine work? How does that machine work? And I think I joined sometime in May and I've gone regularly for like 6 months now. I haven't gone in the last month since I joined a new job and everything. But that has been a revelation and people there are very supportive and I do feel I'm getting stronger in terms of like my overall quality of life, my health and everything. Number 2, the skill that I've picked up, I wouldn't say I have picked it up already, but I guess to an extent is speaking here. Because I've always thought of joining Toastmasters. The first time I ever heard of them was somewhere 3-4 years ago, where there was a newspaper ad and it said, come join our Toastmasters club. So I did send them a message, but when they did reach out to me, I got scared and I backed off. So this time I thought, okay, I do need to pick up my public speaking again because I feel it is an essential life skill to have. And I'm really glad that one of my friends did say, okay, there is something near Southern Circle very close by to your home. And when I googled, I got to know about Mekon and I've been coming here regularly since I think end of July. So I've already given 3 speeches and I feel very comfortable standing here and saying all this, whatever I've been saying. So I think the second skill would be to an extent a bit of public speaking, and this has also helped in my personal and professional life. So this would be my answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhusudan. Our next milestone, Toastmasters International goes digital with a UOT partnership that uses AI to help improve speaking skills, and this happened in 2022. So the topic is, what is a new technological change or innovation that you started using this year or that you heard of this year? What's a new technological change or innovation that you started using this year or that you heard of this year? And this goes to Toastmaster Gajendra.
The most technological thing I've used is a laptop. I don't think apart from that I've used any other technological stuff. And in my laptop also, while buying a laptop, I usually look at all the processor, the graphic chips, but everything goes above my head. But I just want the best one because you never know what you might need. And I think I bought a laptop last year and it costed a bomb, and my mom still tells me, like, why do you need so many things? You don't need i7 chip, Intel, I think that's what they call it. Or whatever it was. And I'm like, no ma, it's I'm big man. I do what you mean, but it's I'm like, that's not it. And then yeah, that's the most but lately I've been using AI a lot because I've been applying for a lot of colleges. And all I have to do is, I'm an MBA aspirant wanting to get into so-and-so college. How will this college help me pursue my career? And it gave like a lot of good terms. And I'm like, this is definitely not how I'm going to write it. I'm like, write it as a 22-year-old guy who knows nothing. And it came like, my name is that this. And the most, I think one of the best technological thing I've seen, I think would be a car for me. Yeah. And whole I've seen the new Mahindra B6E. I mean, that's like a revolutionary car, especially made by from an Indian brand. It looks, I think that's what I have to say. I mean, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gajendra. Our last and most recent milestone as Toastmasters International was our 100-year anniversary this year in 2024. The topic is, what's a milestone or any big thing that you are proud of achieving this year? What is a milestone that you are proud of achieving this year? And this goes to Toastmasters Sai Snehal.
Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I've been in Toastmasters for the last 5 years, and something that I've always been asked to do was take up district officer leadership. I never really understood why I stayed away from it for all these years. Year 1, we had someone from our club persuading me. Year 2, the same person. Year 3, the same person. I kept pushing them away for a longest time, telling, this is not something I want to do. What I really want to do is provide for our club members, and that was my prime motto. But what small thing happened and changed is, when you serve an organization in a larger part, you see things differently. You understand different perspectives. You understand values better. And you can provide even better than what you can do from a smaller club point of view. That day, I picked up my laptop, I filled in the form and I sent it. Little did I know that I would get to an area director at all. But I gave in all. I did not use any AI, but I just typed whatever I knew. And I get a call after a few days from the current top trio officers, and they asked me, why do you want to serve this particular area? Because that is what I had selected. And my answer was very simple. This area resonates with me because this is where my values are. This is where I learn. This is where I want to give back for what is given to me. That's all. That was a call. 2 days later, I received a mail from them telling I've been appointed. This milestone for me has been incredibly amazing for the journey that I have been through as a Toastmaster for the last 4.5, 5 years. It says that when you want to provide, you don't do it in the area that you're already from, but you rise up a step above so you can do even better things than you can already do. And this to me has been the biggest milestone this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai Snehal. As we come to the end of this table topic session, I hope that all of you learned something new about our organization. I know that I knew none of this before preparing for this. So especially some of the new members, I hope that you learned something. And this really goes to show how when you join a club or an organization, you should really go and see the history. You might learn a lot of new things. So yeah, that brings us to the end of table topics. Thank you, and back to our MC. Thank you, Toastmaster Shreya, for such a remarkable session. We'll have a 10 minutes networking break. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you all had a fantastic snack and a networking break. Now let's gather our energy to continue our journey in the meeting. So it's time to start the third session for today, that is the general evaluation session. To take this forward, we have the general evaluator for today. He is the second president of our club for a duration of a complete year and has also served as the president for 6 months duration for 2 times. He is a retired deputy general manager of Mecon with expertise in material handling equipment. And he has been one of the best general evaluator who gives a feedback, and surely it will be for the person, very helpful for the person. So please join me in welcoming the general evaluator for today, DTM MU Bhat, with a thunderous round of applause.
Thank you, madam, for that elevating introduction. Honestly, I thought it was a bit on the higher side. Of course, one of the best is doubtful anyway. So, thank you once again. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. It's indeed a privilege to be the general evaluator for this meeting, because this happens to be the last meeting of this year, 2024, and also the last meeting of our term. Our last term is the last meeting. So it's a special, I'm really privileged to do this. And for the benefit of our guests, general evaluation is about Toastmasters, as Master of Ceremonies earlier explained in brief. It's about the feedback, what we really went well in all this, the full 2 hours what we spent today, and what, so that we can build on that and learn new things, and maybe any weaknesses there we can overcome that. It's based on the Japanese principle of kaizen, perpetual, continuous improvement in life. So that is the purpose. So my job as an evaluator is to take stock of the things what happened. So because it's a special meeting of the term and this citizen, the fitness of things that I evaluate both the term and as well as the meeting. But let's start with this meeting first. The meeting started almost in time, only about 4 minutes late, I think, that's understandable. And because we gained some time on business session, there was no business to transact except one announcement regarding installation ceremony next month on 6th of January. There was one, then Sergeant at Arms started the meeting. Even Saketh, let me come to where is our Sergeant at Arms.
He's left.
He's left.
He's gone, okay. He had to leave, it's all right. So Sergeant at Arms, one thing I liked him, our Sergeant at Arms response was, he's got a great presence behind the lectern, the personality, and a good smile on his face, put all of us in comfort zone, that's one thing, and a powerful voice. And he has got something to say. Today's he very beautifully connected the theme in so many words. Let me just the bottom line he said was about consistency. You know, when you turning the page, what you're talking about is ultimately the torch is in the hair. The slow and steady always wins the race. Be consistent in whatever you do, whatever you want to do. That's the thing we get about. I don't have any specific suggestion to him. That's all. A good presence, a wonderful job done, and he has got a nice sense of humor. That's one thing I observed. Very nice person as a Sergeant at Arms. He does a really amazing job. Let's give a round of applause for our Sergeant at Arms in attendance. Then President took over. There are 2 guests today. So one thing is both of guests appear to be having some apprehensions regarding fear of public speaking, or that's what we can understand. In fact, all of them who are assembled here, we started with that premise only, that everyone was afraid of facing the public. And over the years, you must say, many of them are hardly here for last few months or year, and you can see how they have performed. So nothing to worry about that. So that's how it is. So then there were minutes of meeting read by our secretary, Latha, as usual, crisp and very nicely presented minutes of meeting. Some clarification regarding previous minutes of meeting which could have been added as a main thing instead of the earlier meeting. So there was only a clarification. So otherwise it was a great job done. Let's give a round of applause to our secretary in the family. Coming to our president, as usual, he has done his research on the topic before he comes, and he has got something used to say. And today he did a wonderful, he has got some story to narrate. And today was no different story. I think this Carolita hat, if I remember, if I get the name correctly. Sometimes my hearing gives way, so that's why I just clarified. So about the Hungarian, your shooter. So he related beautifully about the turning page concept in his life. How he turned page and how did the new thing he adopted, even the left hand, how he started using when his right hand was hurt. And he went to become a champion. There is something, a lesson for all of us, brought wonderfully well, and used about that turning your page. You have done a, one thing I find in your speeches is you have been constantly evolving over your speech. There is something I have value in each of your speech when you deliver. Great job done. And your introduction also was very, very creative and appropriate. That's what I felt. Wonderful job done. Let's give a big round of applause to our president. I think before I go to the evaluations for section 1, I think Sergeant Thomas, you have already received the ballots.
Yes.
If you have received, please mark that best speaker and best evaluator, so that you are not biased by the evaluator's evaluation. Thank you. There were two speeches. One first about Master of Ceremony, I will come to last month, as usual. So let's go to the prepared speech session. There were two speeches. First was L2P3, Level 2, Project 3. The supposed to be like that or difficult?
It's supposed to be
Difficult. I think you wrote it as like that. Okay, it's supposed to be difficult. So delivered by Chetan Vasist, it was evaluated by Toastmaster Apoorva. Can I have your evaluation?
If you're going along a path and you can't see, ask someone. Ask someone who has been there before. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. And also to my target speaker, Toastmaster Chetan. I'll first evaluate you in 3 parts: where you excelled at, where you need to work on, where you can challenge yourself. Firstly, congratulations. It was a great speech. Loved every bit of it. You first came behind the lectern and you told about the history of the word mentor, and the way you convey your message through stories is something everybody in the club looks forward to. It was very beautiful. Then you came to your grandfather's story, where you told how he was your first mentor who made you read books. And and you also conducted an experiment. That was a brilliant idea, because as soon as you took those classes and you started conducting, everybody in the room, everybody, if a few of them were in the phone or just lost writing, but everybody stopped and started looking at you. You were very successful in grabbing everybody's attention. And the way you connected to your story, the mixing, the colors, the theory of colors, everything was beautifully done. And the eye contact was at point. Yeah. Now to the part where you have to work on. You spoke about your mentor Nagaraj Rao, and initially you were not successful in showing the characterization differently. It felt like Chetan was speaking. Maybe you could have just shown a little more body language and spoken in a different way. So that way you would create a better impact, grabbing the audience attention. That differentiation, if you had showed, it would have been very nice. And also one thing I observed was your introduction, the body and the conclusion were in the same tone, other than that dialogue where you say, on the dusk of the 17th day. That was when everybody again looked at you. So when there is a little variation in the pitch and the volume, you are successful in grabbing the attention, and also the people will be stuck to your story or the speech you're telling. So when that variation is there, it creates a better impact is what I feel. And the conclusion, I personally felt, because you had not utilized the whole 7 minutes, or it was minimum, right, just 5 minutes, 20 seconds. Maybe conclusion you could have repeated twice, to create a better impact. Anyways, since you had time. And also, one advice would be to use the maximum time allotted. That way, it's like you utilizing your time graciously. And the challenging part would be to, when you come on the stage behind the lectern, make sure your conclusion and introduction is in a higher volume. That way, you're creating an impact and leave a mark on the audience before. Thank you, and over to the general manager.
Thank you, Madam Evaluator Apoorva. I liked your evaluation. The very fact, the way you started with taking something from that, what is the learning from that, you said that this is what you learned. and then you went on to tell in 3 ways what he really did well, which I really liked about what really went on in his speech, and the areas of improvement also, some 3 improvements you brought about. So apt and so correct, whatever I took at that. And your conclusion also was okay, and your challenging part of course was okay, but it's not a challenge. Even in any speech you would have to have a powerful opening and conclusion given. So wonderfully well. So great job done. And I won't evaluate Chetan Vashist except reiterating what she told. I would have expected distinguished Toastmaster Nagaraja evaluating. I was wanted to listen to some more insights into what he could have probably told. You covered one point regarding using that one word. That's one thing. It came out very well, except that what Sally told, you could have done your play acting in that role. That was okay. But maybe some other aspects also, because there were plenty of time available to you. So there's one thing probably you could have put more effort in preparing the speech. That's the only thing I could get the feeling. Otherwise, great job done by both the speaker and the evaluator. Let's give them a round of applause. The second speech was a path completion speech delivered by Latha, My Learning Journey, evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Udanka. Can I have your evaluation?
Good evening for the Toastmasters and Toastmaster Latha in particular. Toastmaster Latha, I really wish I had a motorboat to felicitate you for graduating from Presentation Mastery. Congratulations on completing the path. Toastmaster Latha, you started off your speech with a unique way of conveying that you have completed a path. I am graduating. So the moment you told graduating, everyone turned to you and said, what? Graduation in Toastmaster? How? So that curiosity was built in the initial part. You did a great job there. Followed by the introduction, you had a proper glimpse of how each level helped you out. Level 1 of how you can use the eye contact, level 2 the stage utilization, voice modulation. Followed by level 3, 4, 5 is the actual way how well you can use those learnings. So that you really enjoyed telling those levels, and we could feel that you have really worked hard to do that. That was a great point there. The another point where everyone got a smile in their faces is when you used Masala Dosa, the speech title of your previous speeches. You rolled back your memories there, and not only yours, but had the audience interest, because most of them remember here because of the smile. I could say that yes, they remembered. What really helped me out, or really helped the members today, is how you connected what learnings you had in Toastmasters, utilizing Toastmasters also in the professional way. You covered both personal and professional life. One thing I like today in your speeches is what you thanked members, your mentors and VPs for helping you grow for what you are, and making VPs and VPM's life easier by motivating the guests and members to give speeches and join Toastmasters. So for this impactful speech, what are the few things which can make this more impactful? The moment you told you are graduating, you started off telling, I'm not going to tell about those things, I'm just going to tell about the glimpse of your level. This narration of what you did, of what you're attempting in your speech, kind of took away the audience interest. Because you have already told what you're telling, it does not make sense again listening to what you have told. So this is one aspect. This same aspect you could use in your conclusion, because towards the end of your speech, it was only the thanking of members. Since it was a 10 to 12 minutes long speech, a glimpse of what you have given the entire speech, a summary of it would really helpful. This could have helped you. This was my glimpse of level 1. This was my glimpse of level 2. This summary could be more impactful by using those words here. So that's one point. Second is the stats. You had few stats saying that 90%, 93% is non-verbal, 7% is verbal, 93% consists of hand gestures, vocal variety. But those are the learnings for the members. So you could have slowed down or pitched that and given a stress. 93% is non-verbal, whereas only 7% is verbal. So that stress and slowdown would really impact. And finally, what exactly you took away from those linkers need? Because you brought in linkers need, EC roles, what exactly got into your, how did you impact that through your pathways? If you could have brought a little inside of that, that would be a great one. Overall, a very unique way to tell how you completed a speech. Nice rolling back to your previous speeches, a glimpse of level. A little working on your pace and pitch with how exactly you got into that point would make your speeches more impactful. All the best for your upcoming path, and back to you, General.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Udanka. What I really liked about your evaluation is you have followed a real good pattern for all of us to follow. Opening, body, conclusion. You have opened it to your evaluation as a speech and did it a great job. Then there was a body regarding what went well, what she could have improved, and what are the challenges. There is a body. And conclusion again, what covered in your speech or your suggestions. That is something really good way to do an evaluation, and that's an amazing job done by you. I really liked it today. So you have come up a long way as an evaluator also. That's one thing I'm very heartening to see. Great job done. I think as far as Latha is concerned, yes sir, she has done a great job, and the only thing I can remind her that as this is only a milestone, but there are several milestones to cross. But you have agreed that you continue that. And I can assure you that from graduation, when you complete next pathway, it will be a post-graduation. Then you do a project, you will get a doctorate called Distinguished Toastmaster. So I think that is the aim you should be aiming at. In this period, you will get plenty of time to do the timer role also. And also maybe in all that VPR, VP and VP member, and VP and president and all that. All the way, it's a great job. Anyway, whatever is your, I like your speech, but I like this evaluation regarding your what his take was. You did a great job. The suggestions were very much valid. I think you'll implement in your future speeches when you conclude your speeches. So great job done. Let's give a round of applause to both the distinguished. Next in the table topic session, which was really a very unique type, because here is a very articulate and one of the best Toastmasters we have got. It's a pleasure listening to her each time she comes here and lectures. That is our table topic master. She's very articulate in her delivery. And what she did today is an amazing thing. She started her learning experience. There's a new year. She started first I will learn about Toastmasters. And really learned about all the milestones which Toastmasters done from 1924 to 1924 to 2024, all the milestones. And each milestone, whatever happened, she collected very creatively and innovatively to a relative topic and asked the person. And some of the topics were a bit challenging, and I felt I would not have done half the justice what most speakers did. Amazing job done by each of them. There are 10 topics, and each one answered so well by everyone. So shows a success as a table topic speaker, and you are learning also, and I really appreciate it. So I think all I can tell you is request all the people to give a resounding round of applause for an amazing speaker. Now let us come to the TAPG team. The first, the timer, Vijay Upendra. Can I have your example?
Thank you, G. Good evening, Toastmasters. Welcome, guests. As a timer, the report is like this. Business session, 30 seconds. Sergeant at Arms, Saketh, 1 minute, 53 seconds. President Shivaprasad, 4 minutes, 58 seconds. Report on previous meeting, Toastmaster Latha, 4 minutes, 51 seconds. Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Pavani, 10 minutes, 38 seconds. Speaker number 1, Toastmaster Chetan, 5 minutes, 20 seconds. Evaluator Apoorva, 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Second speaker, Toastmaster Latha, 11 minutes, 33 seconds. Evaluator DTM to Udanka, 3 minutes, 26 seconds. Table topics, 28 minutes. Break, 10 minutes. General Evaluator, till now, 10 minutes, 34 seconds. Table topic speakers, I have written everything there. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you for that accurate timekeeping, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. Let's now get the report from our counter, Toastmaster Madhusudan.
Here's the counters report for today. Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Saketh was flawless. The President Toastmaster Shiva, you had 2 R's. The Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pavani, had 1 R and crutch word was I mean. The timer of the day, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, flawless. R counter Toastmaster Madhu, I think I had 2 R's. Grammarian Toastmaster Jyothi, flawless. PP Evaluator Toastmaster Gajendra, 1 The speakers, the first speaker Toastmaster Chetan, you had 1 The evaluator of the first speech, Toastmaster Apoorva, you had 4 R's and your crutch word was yeah. The second speaker, Toastmaster Latha, had 1 R and the repeated words were now and then. The evaluator of the second speech, Toastmaster Udanka, was flawless. The table topic speeches, the table topic master, Toastmaster Shreya, had 1 and the crutch word was so yeah. And the first speaker, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, was flawless. Toastmaster Rachana, the second speaker, you had 3 R's and your crutch word was so yeah. The third speaker, Toastmaster Udanka, was flawless. The fourth speaker, DTM K Prabhakara, was flawless. Fifth speaker, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, was flawless. The sixth speaker, Toastmaster Apoorva, you had 6 R's, 2 and the crutch word was but yeah. The seventh speaker, the Toastmaster Jyothi, you had 2 R's and 1 The eighth speaker, me, Toastmaster Madhu, I had 2 R's and my crutch word was like. The ninth speaker, Toastmaster Gajendra, you had 1 R, and the 10th speaker, Toastmaster Sai Snehal, was flawless. The general evaluator, DTM Bhat, so far has said 2 R's, and I think the crutch word was you know. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhusudan. I hold a record for the number of UNOs. So I understand your accurate evaluation. Very nice. Let's listen to the report from Parliamentary Procedure Evaluator, Gajendra.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The meeting went smoothly except the door opened twice randomly. That's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gajendra. I don't know whether it comes under TP control. Anyway, good observation. So next time probably we can shut it more better. So let's listen to the report of Grammarian Toastmaster Jyothi.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. As I turn the page, I notice that I have changed from liking my mother's handmade food to Poonam samosa. And so the good usage and not so good usage of grammar, I have none in the not so good usage. It could be the speakers, as far as I think, but if you consider my hearing was not good, so be it. And the good usage is took himself seriously, ingest it, turn every pages and make it count. Life is screaming, keep going. Opportunity to learn, struggle and grow. World of science. Patiently listen to the whole thing. Wealth of experience. Glimpses and gist. 93% depends on non-verbal communication. Articulate. Throw questions at me. Value system. To promise a moon. Sign language. Excellence. Improve. To offer to the world. Satisfaction in achieving perfection. Proud of myself. Revelation. Scared and backed off. You never know what you might need. Revolutionary car of Indian brand. Serve an organization in a larger part. My values. Incredibly amazing. Rise up a step at a time. Rise up a step above. History makes us learn a lot of things, and with that, back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Grammarian Jyothi. You always come up to my expectation by putting some humor somewhere by some way, a really nice way of doing it. Great job there. So all the four role takers, timer, counter, PP, grammarian, week after week, they spend time not listening to properly to speech what he wants to say, then what mistakes he makes. That is something, a sacrifice they are doing. I think which really should appreciate it. They lose so much of their time because of that, and for our sake. So, and each of them have done a wonderful job regarding explaining their role and then taking an accurate report of what went on well. I felt that they have invested real good time in noting and putting those points very nicely. Wonderful job done by all the four. Let's give all the four a wonderful round of applause. Coming final to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pavani. You have some great strengths as a speaker. You have got good presence, you have got a smile in your face, you prepare well, you do your homework and do your speeches and all that. Wonderful, and your delivery also is excellent. I liked all of them. Particularly I liked one thing is about your how you brought that concept of turning page to Toastmasters. That was done very creatively and innovatively. I really liked it. And okay, that I have covered. And your covering of the topic where our president left off, you took up from that regarding the turning of the page, about the mystery, how the life is a mystery and turning pages itself is a challenge. And the challenge is to make each page interesting, even if there is a blank, if you need something which is meaningful. And because I remember somewhere when I read, did some program called Forum or something. So there one thing, last point, bottom line, what I learned was life is empty and meaningless, said. That's what, that's the bottom line. Life is empty and meaningless. I was thinking for doing that I have spent 4,000 rupees 3 days from morning 6 or 7 o'clock, it starts at night, 10 o'clock it goes on. And at the end he says, he revealed the secret. Life is empty and meaningless. So after that, those days, non-internet, I was not tech savvy also. So I had to do a lot of research to find out what he wants to say there. Of course, he said I could understand reasonably well. So it makes sense when you said that. The meaning is in life is what we put into that. There is one thing is, it came out in your speech also. And as far as suggestions are concerned, I want a specific suggestion regarding your speech content. I got some suggestions. I will come at the end when we tell about the term. So only thing is, suggestion I can give you is you can still see whether you can introduce the speaker without looking into their so what Chetan you did for Shreya you did a wonderful job. But for Chetan, I think you looked into that and you read out. It should have bit, doesn't add that power. What is missing? If you make it by art and as though you know him for 100 years, that makes all the sense. That's what I felt. Otherwise, a great job done. Let's give a round of applause to our Toastmasters. I will briefly deal with I got additional job of evaluating the whole term because it's the last meeting of the term. Honestly, now anyway we are running against time. I got only 2-3 things what I really liked. 3 things are bring. 3 things is one thing. First thing is our president and VP Education take the lead in attacking the problem of mentoring. They made saw to it that every speaker got a mentor. If anybody has left out or changed whatever he did it, and made it into a pakka format. And the WhatsApp group also was formed. So that is one thing really because really I really liked it. That is one good initiative I liked. The second thing was what I understand from our president. They made a roster of interested persons who want to give speeches outside the club. In other clubs, there are some role takers required, master of ceremony or some grammarian or something, whatever roles you want to take. So it is a real challenge, and for that a ready roster was prepared by him. That is a really good initiative. And third thing, what I really liked was his president's evolution as a speaker. From the day when he started into the last speech, actually he has evolved what I feel. So what is required is he has got something to say and he tells it so powerfully and he owns it. So now these are as far as the term is concerned, and of course one thing is about DCP points. got already received, I understand, 7 points out of 10. We got only 3 left. I think it's not a very difficult task for the new incoming president, because one is regarding membership, that is a bit challenge, and maybe the completion of a path. I think Chetan will do the credit. I think that is one thing. And third is what another thing? Attending the meeting. That is anyway is given. So all of you will attend. So there's not an issue. So this time we will go again complete 10 points. That's something really heartening. And now only one suggestion only I can give. It is as far as artificial intelligence is concerned, because ChatGPT we cannot wish away. Now it's a technology we should embrace. We should not take. Even a tech illiterate person like yours faithfully, I try to do it. My nephew gave me his senior position in your NVIDIA in US. He suggests they have got stakes both in AI.com and as well as in your Perplexity.com and all that. So many artificial portals. So he suggested don't go for ChatGPT, you go for Perplexity. Whatever. So maybe they were mostly, I don't know what is the problem. But he said that will give more accurate results you will get. But why I am bringing this topic about? Because we cannot wish away. The speeches will continue to be made. We are going to enable ourselves with the speeches based on AI. We can't wish it away. But only my suggestion would be, now why I am telling you this topic today itself, because both the President and the VP Education put the same words in the ChatGPT and got the same response. That's what I could find, or the nearby response. What you spoke today, the content is, I'm sure you must have gone to ChatGPT. Because why I am getting this? Because the content was similar. That attack. But what the difference for the president made? I just being honest and upfront, without any mincing any words. What it was, he personalized it. So what is important in any speech is you do whatever you want, research you want to do, whether it's artificial intelligence, Googling or whatever, books, or whatever you do, but own it. And the accent should be on, what AI cannot compete yourself with them. They cannot compete with you as a person. So your individual values, persona, your emotions, the cultural values of the cultural ethos, what is prevailing. Those are the things you have to highlight, you have to leverage and make your speech something of your own, and it should come out that way. That's what our president did, what I liked. So what is required is all our speeches. Let us take technology to our help. Let's embrace it. Take advantage of it. But at the same time, see that it reflects your personal conviction and own that speech and then deliver. Then it will definitely become much more effective. That's what I felt. There is only one suggestion I got in mind today, because this is a hot topic today happening. Every day you will find about AI, what's in the software engineers, what they should do to tackle this problem. So this is what is going to happen. Maybe tomorrow, I think free version of ChatGPT is the problem. As Sai Snehal said, the paid version takes more personalized response, I understand. Maybe that is one thing, one aid. But still, your individuality counts, and that for a time to come, until I don't know what way AI will take us, but meanwhile we can definitely take advantage of it, but personalize it, own it and deliver it in style. What you did, it's an amazing job done, both you and I. And as the president in waiting, I think you have got a big job at hand. And I know you will do a great job. I'm listening to your last week's response, your president here. Your presidential address was really amazing, which I really like. So probably that standard you will definitely maintain, and you will get the guidance from him also as the immediate past president. So all the best for that. And I enjoyed the meeting today, and as well as the whole term as such. So I hope you have had a great time today also with a wonderful table talk session. So all the best, and back to you.
Thank you, DTM and Vivek, for that wonderful general evaluation session. That's it from my end. With this, I hand over the charge back to our president.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pavani. I honestly, given the date 30th December, I honestly expected a lot of members to be on leave today. but you've come in good numbers and made it happen. So thank you to everyone who's come in today. So with that, let us, since we're already late, get into the winners of today's meeting. Starting off with the best role taker, TAPG. Yes, so she enjoyed the samosa from Poonam Sweets. One more thing she'll enjoy is winning this ribbon today. Our Grammarian Toastmasters. Moving on to our best role taker, MTG. All three of them have done an amazing job holding this meeting together, whether it was that invaluable general evaluation session by team Evaluator, evaluating the entire term, or the conducting of the meeting by Toastmaster Pavani. But our winner for best role taker MTG today is the one who decided to get creative and go across the entire 100 years of Toastmasters and build a table topic session on that. So our best role taker MTG, Toastmaster Shreya. Best table topic speaker for today. Okay. So whether you wear a helmet or not on the road, if you know sign language, you can win the best table topic speaker ever. Distinguished Toastmaster Udanka. Best individual evaluator for today. He's made a solid comeback to our club, and he'll not leave with just one ribbon but 2 ribbons today. Our best evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Udanka. And our best prepared speaker for today. Well, the speech had a title. It's supposed to be difficult. But I'll tell you one thing, this speech is supposed to be memorable and go down as one of the best speeches about mentoring given in our club. The best speaker for today, Toastmaster Chetan. Congratulations to all our winners, and one request is to my outgoing executive committee to stay back for a while so that we can plan the installation ceremony. With that, I request our members to continue networking downstairs, and I close meeting number 1290.